Hey guys, it's Sunday morning. We just let out the video late last night about the solenoids and the nitrous. So you guys all know and caught up on all that. So it has been an extremely busy week for us here at the house. A few days ago we went to start the Ford, the dually, and there's some issues with that. So we're not going to be able to use that to pull the trailer with until it's repaired. We have purchased an RV 2 months ago, and when we went to go pick it up, it had an issue with the generator. It has been to 2 shops, on its way to the 3rd shop, and it's been 2 months. No blame on anybody. Things like that does happen. But we've, had plans to use that to pull the car trailer, and so the kids could be with us all the time. And that has not been able to happen this summer. So with that deal, it's a situation where we just kind of ask for our money back, so we can look at to getting another one in a more timely manner, since there are quite a few for sale right now. However, we did, come to the agreement with the gentleman that, if he gets it, if they're able to get it fixed, because, parts are hard to come by, and scheduling, all these shops are backed up because the parts are hard to come by. Completely understandable. But if it's able to be fixed before we find another one, then we would still purchase it. But at this time, we had to ask for our money back. It's kind of tricky for us because we did take money out of CJ's retirement to get that, and it was a set amount. It's not like you can go back in and borrow more money. So we're kind of on a budget to get the RV. I'm sure it'll work out. It's just taking a little longer than we had anticipated. Something else happened this week. Allie had some type of medical emergency. We did say before that Darren is our medically needed son because he's disabled and things that are going on with him. But Allie is always like our wild card. And like wild card fashion, she threw one this week. Her body definitely let her know. We had noticed she'd been sleeping more, and we had went to get her school physical done because volleyball tryouts are this week, and her heart rate was in the 130s, and she had a temp. So it was kind of scary for about a day and a half, 2 days, and then they pulled blood work, and we finally kind of figured out what's going on. But as a nurse, when you see those lab results, low white blood cell count, it had tanked, her platelets had tanked, her iron had tanked. It was really scary, especially with her heart rate being so high and above 100 for a few days. You worry about cardiac arrest. Allie already has asthma. Now that we know her diagnosis of severe anemia, we're starting to think that maybe she doesn't have asthma. Maybe it's from the anemia. But she was kind of short of breath with this episode. She was not able to take her inhaler because it increases your heart rate. And then she ended up being allergic to something in the prednisone that they gave her. She's not allergic to prednisone, but there was something in the liquid, because Allie can't take pills, that she was allergic to, so that was hurting her breathing even more. So she's taking supplements now. We're making sure that, her diet's situated, and she is doing better. Heart rate's coming down slowly, and she's sleeping a lot less, but we're just kind of watching her closely, because with heart rate's going that high, like I said, just concerned of cardiac arrest and then the breathing issue. Volleyball tryouts are coming up. She got a little nervous. There was a tournament Saturday, and she was not selected to participate most of the day. She got to make 2 passes, and for Allie, that's really hard, because she loves volleyball. It's her heart. She understands it, but mentally it kind of took a little hit to her, because she's like, oh gosh, I'm not going to make this team or that team, or I'm not going to get to play that much, and it's going to kill me, and I do want to go to college for this. And she knows she's not going to be some superstar volleyball player, but she does want to play while she's in college so she can come back and coach. And she just loves the game so much when she doesn't play it, and she's not saying she has to play all the time. She understands the dynamics of a team more than anybody, I think. But she wanted to participate so bad, and she felt like that her medical abilities held her back this week with her missing 2 days. So there's a little bit of mind trickery. that she's dealing with, and then she has another job interview Monday. We're going to let her go to it. We could very easily say, no, your body needs to rest. You don't need to get a second job. But in our faith and our family structure, we will not let fear win. And CJ and I's biggest thing is that we will not let this defeat her. So hopefully it's just a short-term thing, and some supplements and stuff like that, and her diet can help her out. Hopefully it's not a long-term thing, but we're just preparing for the long haul. We go back in 6 weeks to kind of check it out. Her Honda actually is also throwing transmission sensor codes. So everything's like tanking, and we're just kind of rolling with it. But that's just part of things and how life goes. You just one thing at a time. So right now CJ's out in the barn. Tyler had brought him over some solenoids, so he is working on that, and we'll kind of see how the rest of the day goes and see if we can't get some testing in. It is raining here. It's not raining up north though, I do know that, so hopefully maybe we can get some testing in today or the next couple days. So more to come. So I came out to give these guys their treats, and this little guy right here, Tang, look what he's done. Yeah, get a puppy. It'll be great, they say. Yeah, what do you think about that, Tang? Are you in trouble today, sir? Huh? Are you being bad? The only reason why you're sitting down waiting for me is because I have a snack in my hand. You were bad. Bad, you can't chew on the garage door wire. CJ will kill us all. Well, we'll just add garage door wire to our list of things that need fixed around here today. So, how you feeling, Ellie?
I'm feeling good now. Earlier this week, I was really bad. Like, I don't even think people understand how bad I was. So, Friday, I had an FFA trip. Kayaking, gone 5 hours, 6 hours out of the day. Came home, was exhausted because it was a long time out in the sun and everything. Saturday, I had a really bad headache and I was tired for most of the day. Sunday, I had a really, my headache turned into a migraine, and whenever I get migraines, there's 3 stages. So first I get really blurred vision, spots of my vision get blurry or whatever, but I can still see what I'm doing most of the time. And then my headache gets real bad, but my vision gets better, and then I throw up. So this time it went straight to the stage of me throwing up, and it was right before the Chipotle interview. So after that I felt better, and everything was fine. Monday comes and we have an athletic meeting that all the athletes have to go to and everything. I was really tired and I just kind of slept. Felt like sleeping the whole time. And then Tuesday we had to go into get my physical because I have to have it for sports. And tryouts are Monday, which is tomorrow because today's Sunday. So yeah, we went in and we waited an hour and a half to get in because we didn't have an appointment. And then we get in, and apparently I have my heart rate at 130, and Mom was just like, Allie, and I'm like, I can't do anything about my heart rate. I don't know what it is. And then my temp was 102, something like that.
It was 100.2 at that point.
Yeah.
During the night, once we got home, it ended up getting to 102.
Yeah. And they were, everyone was really worried about me. And I was like, it's fine. I just feel tired. That's all I feel. I don't know what to do. And they waited a minute, retook everything, and it lowered down to 126. So they couldn't do my physical. They were like, you can come back another day, figure out what's going on. And I was like, okay, well, you can't do anything. I need my physical, so we just scheduled another appointment. Well, next day, Wednesday, they needed, well, we scheduled our appointment for Friday, but the thing is I messaged my volleyball coach, and she was like, well, we can't have you play if you're not approved for your physical, because, I mean, I understand that, because if I'm not looking too good, if I look like there's something wrong with my heart or something like that, you can't have me play. It's like literal rules. So she's like, you can't play until you're cleared. So we rescheduled our appointment to Wednesday, and then we canceled that appointment because we got in with my actual doctor. So we went to the doctor's Wednesday. I just call her Dr. Melissa because I don't know her last name. I just know she works with Eric. If you watch the other video about Darren and his experiences, you'll hear a lot of Dr. Eric. So yeah, I went to go see Melissa, and she was really nice. She tested everything. She said I needed to get an IV or whatever, get blood taken out to look at. She did bring up the fact that I might be anemic, but it wasn't really like, it was just drifted upon. It wasn't like, you're anemic, like we need to get you like looked at or something. She gave me iron supplements and the pills, and I don't take pills very well. I tried them and I ended up choking on one. So yeah, not very good at that. So yeah, got that taken care of. She signed my physical, went home, and then told me to rest for the rest of the night. Thursday, I come back in because she told me to come back in to check my vitals, make sure they were all good. And then I get to see Dr. Eric because Melissa wasn't there, and that was fun. He was really worried about me. My heart rate was still up. It was at 108 because my fever broke in between Wednesday and Thursday. So yeah, it was at 108. And they checked my sugar levels, which wasn't a problem. It was 82. And then they did an
EKG?
an EKG. And it was 99. My heart rate was 99. So yeah, he was like, we need to do blood work. And I was like, I already took blood work yesterday. He checked those. He said he'd call us whenever the results came in. And I went home and I went to practice. And practice was a little rough because, I hadn't been in for the whole week. And that was the day we were supposed to go over what we were doing at tryouts, and everyone had already done it the days that I was missing. So just warming up and playing basically for that practice, and that was good. A little bit different because I hadn't been moving that much the whole week, just driving everywhere to doctors and then going home and resting. So yeah, and then Friday came and we got the results, and they said that everything, all my levels were really low, and I was just how low they were. I was kind of shocked. I was like, whoa, how am I even working right now? That's insane. I think a lot of people were shocked that I was even still up and moving. like especially at the whenever I went to go get my physical, like the lady looked like she was looking at like a miracle or something, like heart rate at 130 and then a fever like that. She looked like I shouldn't even be walking, that I should be in the ER. And I was like, but yeah, and Friday they said I was severely anemic, like severely anemic. And I don't know, I still feel like I don't know if I can do that my whole life. It feels like everything I eat is different now. Like I have to eat more than what I usually do because I have to eat a lot more iron, and I don't know how I feel about doing that all the time if that's what I have to do. So, and then Saturday I had a tournament. I didn't really do much at the tournament. I played like maybe the end of the set, but other than that, I didn't really do much. So I warmed up, which was awesome because I love warming up with the girls, and that really got me like pumped up and everything for everyone. But yeah, and then I went home. I cleaned my room because that needed done, and it's like looking really good now because I got everything situated. And yeah, now I'm just resting and trying to get more iron in me over and over again. So yeah, keep my heart rate down.
So do you feel better overall?
Oh yeah.
Do you feel like more yourself?
Yeah. I feel like you could definitely tell the difference whenever I was like undergoing my fever and everything compared to whenever my fever broke. Like it was two different people, and like Mom even was like, there's the Allie I know, because before I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody, I am just gonna hang out in my room, I don't want to do anything.
You didn't even look at your phone for 2 days.
Yeah, I was like out of it, and then now I'm just like in the morning I was like so like silly, weird, whatever I do, I just do that, and yeah, I don't know, just myself. So, yeah.
So we got it figured out, I'm pretty sure. Had a buddy, Tyler Cox, brought over some solenoids that he had. He had them on his Cummins truck, and whenever he got here, he recommended that. He's like, they've been sitting open for a while. So he said they'd been sitting open for a while to, take them apart and check them out, clean them, make sure everything's good in them and everything. So with that, I did. And I got them apart, or one of them apart, and everything looked pretty good. It had some cobwebs or whatnot in it, but it had an O-ring missing, so it didn't have an O-ring in it. And then the other one, whenever I went to take it apart, the coil was stuck on the tower, so I had to double nut it to get it off, take everything off together. And the plunger in that one was beat to hell. I should have took pictures of it. So one of them was bad, had to have been leaking, and I got a hold of him and asked him. He it may have been leaking. It was on a Cummins. He didn't notice it, but it may have been leaking. And he said that he had never gotten them apart. Now also the washers, and I'm not sure. I'm going to talk whenever I call Nitrous Express. I'm going to talk to him about it, but the washers were on the top of the coils. When it goes into the cover, the washers was over top of them, so with that it was like digging into the wires as well, where the wires come out the top of the cover, and one of them's got a bare spot in it. So with that, ended up not using them. I did learn, I was talking with HD, and he was saying, you know, his towers and plungers interchange. Like, as long as the same size solenoid, they all interchange. Well, the ones I had apart last night did not, which was the super antique old ones, NOS solenoids. They didn't. They were a different size. But I took apart one of my other foggers, solenoids, NOS, and they were the same size. So I put that on my solenoid, the tower, the coil, everything on my solenoid, the NX solenoid, and it did the same shit. Like, it did not work, did not work, did not work. Actually, it was worse than the ones we polished up. So I took it all back apart, took those, I put everything back the way it was, back to the NX stuff, and Bill had messaged me, Hodgkinson's, and got to talking with him, and he was like, battery voltage, what's the battery voltage? Does it change with battery voltage? And I was like, we checked it last night, it didn't, but I'll do it again because we was tired last night. Do it again and do a better analysis, I guess you could say. And battery voltage, with battery voltage, it worked. 1182 psi, come on, no problem. Without battery voltage, it didn't. So I believe the issue come about whenever I was putting the engine back together. I went to put the alternator on. I noticed that there was a whole lot of play in it. Like, there was no way the alternator was any good. So I'm guessing the alternator went out, and that's what started bringing on all these nitrous issues. It was never anything to do with the solenoids. It was never anything to do with the wiring. It was never anything to do with the nitrous controller. Everything that I've spent the last 2 weeks, week and a half on, it was all battery voltage. I put actually it was off of Jess's car when it had the 393 in it, just an old alternator. It's a GM one-wire alternator. I just had to drill it out, make the bolts fit, do all kinds of stupid stuff to get it on here, but I put it on and it's charging. So next step is get everything ready and hopefully take it down the road and put some plugs in it and spray it. It'll be a rolling high gear spray for a short period of time, just to get an idea where we are on a tune, so I can start adjusting there. And then as long as my plugs come in this week, hopefully tomorrow, we'll be hell on wheels trying to get ready for this weekend, as long as everything holds together. So I appreciate everybody that's messaged and spoke up and called and all that, all the advice and help everybody tried to offer and did offer. And so it all boils down to battery voltage.
Alright guys, so we're about to go make a test hit. I will be videoing, I will be following from behind in the smart car. He's so tiny. Tiny muchacha. Alright, see you then.
So basically what I'm doing is I pulled over in somebody's driveway and changing the plugs in it. I'm gonna back it up, get it up into high gear, and then spray it for a short period of time to try to get some kind of start on the plugs and start reading them, seeing where it's at. If it wants more fuel, less fuel, more timing, less timing. Hopefully this all goes good. Give us a place to start. But this is the only full set of plugs I got, so I gotta try and make them count. And I got, what, 6 more? I got 5 more plugs. Hopefully my order comes in tomorrow, but the way the rest of everything's been going, I'm not holding my breath. Alright guys, so what I'm doing is I'm about to start the car back up and make a high gear pull. See if we can get a good plug reading and go from there. See what happens with it. I forgot to turn the power on the car. Try this again. Rough landing there. Made it all the way back.